Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for Monday, the 25th of July, 2022. So I just got off an early morning session with the Signature Sound community that I'm a part of, proudly a part of. It is a writing group, and it's shaping up to be such an amazing community. And it's so amazing for me, for my mental state, and also for me to help me develop my writing skills. So last week with them, I put my hand up first to read out my piece for a book that's coming out in December. And the theme of the book being, what do you sound like when you speak? And I read out my piece last week to the group and got some feedback on it. The group is also using Google Drive, so I have my piece up there, and the three mentors have written on the sideline a whole bunch of comments about my piece. So the way the system works, and I'm new to this. Sorry if everyone that's listening to this is a Google Drive expert, but I'm new to this shit. And just rolling over the highlighted bits on my piece, and it's highlighting which comments are on the right side. It's kind of mind blowing. I suppose the last time I saw something like that would have been in high school, where a lecturer would literally write in a red pen next to your words, some feedback, and with arrows pointing and stuff. But this new way of doing things, it's pretty mind-blowing to me. And just being able to read specific feedback about specific things, it has helped me to write revision number 2. And I just have to wait my turn before we can come back around and do a Zoom meet about the second lot of feedback. But this morning was this lady, Christina. She's fucking amazing. I love her. I love her vibes and I love her work. And I was really excited about this one. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. And I, for many years now, I don't bring the mobile phone into my bedroom, right? So I have a lot of faith and trust that I get up for things, and I get up to start my day. I only just made that. I'm very inconsistent. Sometimes I get up at 3, 4, 5, whatever. I got up at 6:50, so I had 10 minutes to wash my face, brush my teeth, and jump straight on a Zoom call. And it just makes me laugh that I made it without having an alarm. It's an egotistical pat on the back, cheesy kind of. I don't know. I'm kind of proud of myself for something so insignificant, but yeah, I am on a high from. I'm on a high from that meeting just then, because Christina's she wrote a poetry piece. It was mind blowing, and it was so interactive and so playful, and good and bad, good versus evil, two voices, bipolar. I just really resonated with her piece, and I loved hearing all the feedback from everybody, and just connecting with those guys first thing in the morning like that was an even better way to start off the day than me doing these Monday morning rants. So I'm really appreciative of that group, and I'm just really happy to be involved with these people. When I did sign up to Zoom this morning at 7 o'clock, Leslie, my mate and the host of the podcast, the Zoom call, he was on, and it was just us two at that point. We were just waiting for everyone to come into the room, and he asked me, how's your week, mate? And it's a loaded question, right? Like, how's it going? Like when people ask, hey mate, how's it going? a lot of people, a lot of people don't answer the question, because if you were to start letting rip about how your week was, or if you had a bad week, the person asking the question might not have expected it, even though they're the ones that asked it, right? So when Leslie goes, "How's your week going, mate?" Well, it's Leslie for one, so I can say whatever I want to say. There's no filter going. There's no filter expected, right? So I just let loose, and I suppose that's the content that was made for this Monday morning rant. But I sort of gave him a piece of it, and so when he asked me, how's your week?" I actually said it was pretty shitty, actually, because as you know, I play computer games for fun, and that's what games are meant to be, right? Like that's the theme here. The games are meant to be an escape. And for a lot of people that work really hard, especially that do the 9 to 5 and that have children and all that, like games are a great escape. And the games that I play, social. There's teamwork involved, and we have a Discord, so there's a lot of chatting going on throughout the week, and life seeps into all of that stuff, and you get to know people. Um, just a couple of nights ago, I ended up closing the game, but hanging on Discord with a dude that is a photographer. He's into cars, and we have so much in common. And we just ended up talking about life for an hour or more. You know, and I love that. I love getting to know people and mixing it up with people who are, you don't know at all, but you're like minded and you have things in common. You know. And stories to tell, and it's always nice to tell stories to someone who's never heard them before. It's always rewarding and quite a fun thing to do. So the dramas. I left the group. I'm playing Diablo right now and Diablo Immortal, and I left a group that, if anything, I was the person on that group that was causing dramas, because I feel like the game's dying. There's less people visually in the game. When you try to matchmake to do certain activities, it takes longer to find people to play with. So one night, I probably had too much to drink, and I was on in-game chat. There's a chat inside the game as well that appears in the bottom left corner of your screen. And I said some sweeping statements like, this game's fucking dying. I swear it's fucking dying, whatever. And the two people who ran the clan that I was in, they called me out on it, and they're like, "Why do you have to be all so doom and gloom?" And they got shitty with me, basically. And I totally understand that, right? Like, there's so many people out there on YouTube and other social media that are paying this game out for the monetization and how evil it is. But those guys, they're making money by making these videos shitting on the game, and it's annoying. It's annoying when you love a game so much, and when you go to search on YouTube for some stuff about it, all that comes up is all this negative shit. It's like, well, if you're not playing the game, just fuck off. And I get it. I get that's where it comes from. If you're not having fun, just quit. Just play another game and leave us alone. And I suppose that's the whole concept with Zen Garage, and it's okay if you don't get it, right? Like, if we're geeking out about modifying cars, or we're geeking out about anything in life, if we all have different hobbies, and if you're looking on the outside in, and you think that us geeking out about something is totally lame, so lame that you have to go and throw stones at us, right? And like yell stuff out at us and try to put us down. Well, it's okay if you don't get it. Like, if you don't understand it, just walk away. Leave us alone. We're having fun here. And so that's that concept I totally understand. But where I'm coming from with complaining about stuff is usually because I love it so much that I complain. There's a difference. There's a difference to someone hating on something just to make fun of people who love it, versus someone, in my case, where I love something so much that I see the cracks and I call out the cracks because I just want it to be better. Like, if anything, I'm yelling out to the developers of the game, if you change this, that myself and so many other people are annoyed with, then we'd all be happier. And so that's where it comes from. It comes from a place of love, in my opinion, sometimes, But I understand that those guys were upset about what I had said, and they didn't want me to be that, put the game down in any way at all, because to them, yes, the game is a stress-free thing to do outside of work, and outside of, if they want to have a stressful, if they want to have doom and gloom and shitty feelings and stuff, they get that from work. So they don't want it in the clan. They don't want it in the group. Anyway, there were some more dramas that led me to leave that clan, but I still very much respect the people who run it. And so I joined it's just how it panned out, but I ended up joining the number one clan now on the server. And we have an alliance with the clan that I just came from. So the idea of this game is that it's called Diablo Immortal, and you start out as an adventurer, and you can stay an adventurer if you want and just play by yourself, or you could join a shadow clan, which is sort of like the next level, and you end up being this, you have all these activities, and your mission as a shadow clan is to overthrow the immortals. There's one group of people on the server who worked hard to get there, and then everyone wants that spot, right? And you get all sorts of perks, and you end up being able to say that you're the immortals on the server. You even get fancy ornaments to wear to show off in front of people in the game, that, hey, I'm an immortal. So the idea is to try to become an immortal on the server that you're on. And to me, I don't give a fuck either way. Like, I just like playing the game, and I like some of the people that I'm playing with. But with the last clan that I was in, they were dead serious, or as serious as you could be, about trying to become an immortal on the server. So they're very competitive and super into the game. And you need 91 people to fight a battle twice a week. And you need huge attendance. You need as much of those 91 people to turn up in order to fight together to try to climb up this ladder, right? And a couple of nights ago, that war was on, the server war, and the clan that I was in, they were super against cheating. Just cool people, but they were anti any kind of use of any kind of exploits in the game. And sadly, the leader of the clan cheated and used an exploit during the war, so that it's not against the computer. When you're in a war, you're against other players. And it's the Oceanic server, so it's all Australian people, mostly. And you're fighting against other Aussies, other players. And he cheated. And it's sad because his whole clan is probably the only clan on the entire server that is against using exploits and cheats. But the guy cheated, and the other team were there to record it. So they apparently, I missed it, but apparently in the in-game shadow chat, the world chat, there was a humongous ruckus in there for quite some time after the fact, after the war. I missed all of that. I woke up in the morning and I saw on both Discords, and I hadn't been kicked out of the last clan, so I could see their Discord as well. And I literally left it. As soon as I read it all, I left it because I felt like I don't belong here anymore. I'm not in this clan anymore. And I felt like a spy. I felt like a spy in there. Like, voyeuristic, and it felt wrong, so I left the clan. Whatever happens in there, it's their drama, it's their problems to deal with, whatever, and I don't want to get involved in that. But I read it all, I read everything, and man, some people are harsh. Like, I'm in a clan called Australia, and there are a bunch of legit, like, almost ochre dudes in there. So there's a meme section in there, and there's some racist memes. one particular girl, she left the clan, and then people are making memes about her, and they're really derogatory. They're shaming her body or her parenting and her drug abuse and all this kind of stuff, and none of that sits well with me. And usually I would just walk away from that stuff. But I'm looking at it in a different perspective, in that I don't want to live in a bubble. I already do. So when I'm gaming, I figure you're going to come across people that you don't like. As much as I love people that are like-minded and hanging out with those people, the world is like a school ground, right? And you're not going to get along with everyone. So it would be too easy for me to leave this clan because I don't like what some of the people on it post. I think I'm bigger than that, and I think, hey, each to their own. If someone wants to post up a meme that is like against Asian people for eating dogs or whatever, fuck, that's an old joke, man. I fucking heard that in the 80s, you know? And it doesn't get any better, that joke. It's never been funny. It still isn't funny. And I got nothing against the person who posted it. I only will have an issue with it, I suppose, if a shit ton of people just start if it inspires more and more people to post more racist shit, then yeah, maybe then I'd have to do something about it. But as a singularity, as I could see that some people could find it funny, you know, like whatever. I think I'm a bit more open to this kind of shit now. But yeah, some of the guys on this clan that I'm in now, because we have an alliance with the clan that I was previously in, and because the leader of that clan is now being outed as a cheat, they just laid into him, and it was pretty savage, you know. And what's worse is the YouTube video that was recorded, the video that was recorded of him actually cheating has been uploaded to YouTube. And what's even worse than that is that the clan that he cheated against, the leader of that clan has posted all of this up on Reddit, and that Reddit post has been upvoted so much that it's on the front page. And the guy, the leader of the previous clan is in there, and he's fighting. He had to create a new account to hop on Reddit in order to fight. And man, like, just reading all the trolling and all the shit that he's copying for cheating, it doesn't sit right with me, because I've had that all my life, you know, like being on the internet my whole life as a someone who's founded communities and someone who's run a lot of communities. Like it's nasty out there, and it gets nastier. You know, maybe when I was running Infront, the design community, you'd get some nasty emails at most, maybe. But these days, it's just nameless, faceless people hiding behind an avatar and some crappy username, just laying into you, just saying the nastiest things, you know. Like when I was running Zen Garage, I was so glad to give the reins over to Sergio to be the community manager, because I was scared of all the trolls, man. Like the trolls were every time you did something every time I did something with Zen that people didn't like, people would bash on you for it. Like as soon as you make a mistake, people will call you out for being wrong. Like everyone's right on the internet, and if you say something that isn't quite right or not researched properly, you'll get called out for it, right? So when I handed it over to Sergio to run, I felt a humongous pressure lifted off my shoulders, because I no longer was the number one target, you know. And true enough, like when some things didn't go to plan at like car meets that we were running or whatever, Sergio would have penises photoshopped in his mouth. Like there was a photo of him drinking a bottle of water at a car meet, and the trolls took that and photoshopped a penis in place of the bottle of water. And when I saw that, I felt really bad for Sergio, but at the same time, I was fucking thankful that it wasn't me in the photo. So I understand being a leader of a community is not an easy job, and when you step wrong, in this day and age, man, the trolls will fucking come out of the woodwork to kick you when you're down, you know. And bottom line is, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Hey, even the people that I don't get along with, I wouldn't wish that upon them, because as someone who's had struggled with some mental issues, psychological issues, depression and stuff like that, that's what it leads to ultimately. It's like as much as someone like this guy says he doesn't care what other people think, but yet he's there fighting against them. The next day he's still on Reddit and he's fighting, and he cares, and he probably lost sleep about it too, and he probably still is losing sleep about it. He's probably himself going to Reddit and the Discords and hitting the refresh button to see what more shit is there up against me, like hitting refresh to see more crap about yourself being said. And it's addictive, and it's weird, and it's human, and it's just a nasty place to be. If you're strong enough, you probably would be better off just getting offline and just letting it wash away. And the trolls, if you don't retaliate, the trolls always fuck off and look for someone that will retaliate, because that's what the trolls get off on. When you respond to their crappy responses, they whip the popcorn out and they're like, let's go, ding, 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 round two, And I feel sorry for this dude, because he was super hospitable and very welcoming when I joined his clan. And just to see him cop so much hate from both the people in my clan right now, as well as other people on our server on social media, it just upsets me, because I know he's a good guy. He's a hard worker, and he's got a beautiful family, and I don't think he deserves it. And I know he's fighting, but maybe at some point he might either just leave it alone or come back out and just say he knows he was wrong to cheat. Doesn't matter if the other team was cheating. Two wrongs don't make a right. So yeah, that's my rant. That's my rant for this morning. It does suck. It does suck to have games as this thing that's meant to be fun and games. And it sucks to have some dramas. But it's out of my control. I'm glad I'm not directly involved in it. Like, I'm sort of glad that I'm not part of the clan that I left, because now they've got this really bad reputation. But again, that reputation is only bad for, the week or whatever. They'll move on, and the trolls will move on and bash somebody else. And there's no such thing as not being able to have redemption and come back from making mistakes. I think it's almost like the whole fucking world, including religious people, have forgotten what forgiveness is all about. So it's okay to make mistakes, man. And it is nasty out there, but I think people have got to realize that it is okay to make mistakes, and especially if you're willing to admit that you made mistakes and that you're willing to learn from them and be better. So yeah, it's just unfortunate, and it's never nice to see communities split, and to read a whole bunch of super blunt, unnecessary nastiness aimed at what I believe are good people. Like, most people are good people. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I hope everyone has a good week. And I shall catch you guys in the next one. See yous.